Hi everyone, it's me Devine. Welcome to Divine Miracles channel, and thanks so much for being here with me. I hope that you guys are happy and well wherever you are. At the moment I'm in Sydney in Australia, and just staying here for a little while, back to Adelaide and then going back to the United States. But I wanted to make a video. It's actually been on my mind for some time, and of course with anything important, everything tended to be going wrong in order for me to get this out to you guys. So I know it's probably not the best lighting or whatever, but I have to make this video right now. Firstly, I want you guys all to know that no matter what you believe in, you know, whatever religion you are, whatever faith you have, whatever it is that you look to find source or energy, you know, within you, or to find that hand of that energy helping you, then you're blessed. So no matter what you do. And I know there are certain people that are going to attack, you know, me for my beliefs or whatever, but you know, that's your thing if that's what you want to do. If you want to waste your time and energy on me, that's cool. But I wanted to make a video about this because of my own beliefs on the situation, and also, you know, because we're all trying to grow spiritually. Now, I want to talk a little bit. I know that people have been looking up to Doreen Virtue for a really long time, and I really tried not to have an opinion about what's been going on with her, but as some of you might know, she has decided that she's a Christian, and with that knowledge that she's been sharing with everybody, she's also renouncing all of her cards and all of her work over the last 30 years or so that she's been doing this, which leaves a lot of people like, what the hell's going on? You know, what's happening, you know? Firstly, you just need to understand that no matter what anybody decides to do in their life, as long as they are not preaching hate and ugliness, then, you know, so be it, whatever it is that you want to do. My feeling is that the New Age people, we always get this bad reputation, you know, of coercing people and ripping people off and upsetting people and hurting people and speaking falsely and all this crap. And I just want to say that I don't remember or recall the last time there was mass murders committed by people who were into New Age. I mean, sure, there's been cult deaths and, you know, all kinds of things like that. But I mean, generally speaking, people who are naturally spiritual, those kinds of things don't even come into their mind. You know, they wouldn't even think about it. Yet we know throughout history that there are so many wars in the name of God, or whatever you want to call God, you know. So as far as someone turning to Christianity, as being someone who was a Christian for most of my life and also lived in 3 different religious communities, you know, go for your life if that's what you want to do, you know, but please remember and respect everybody else's beliefs as well, you know. There are people that see my channel and who are Christians and feel that they need to tell me that you know, I need to watch my soul, and I'm you know, I need to follow the Bible, and the Lord has spoken, and you know, I'm going to hell and all this kind of stuff. And you know, the thing is that I wouldn't even know who they are. I don't travel and look at other people's channels that are religious and then go, well, you guys are wrong, because I feel like, you know, whatever you believe, as I said in the beginning of this video, whatever you believe, as long as it's, you know, making you happy, as long as it is, you know, your intentions are good ones, as long as you're trying to lift other people's spirits, then there's nothing wrong with anything, you know, whatever the belief is. And with my work, you know, all I want to do is help people to help themselves, using methods and techniques on an energetic level that I have learned as a survivor of severe circumstances, you know, of just about any circumstance you can imagine. I've survived this, you know. So my mission is, okay, I can do it, and I can make it easy for you guys to understand. Whether it's calling in angels, which are really only the energy of unconditional love, where it's working with guides who, again, are there to guide our spirit, which is why they're called spirit guides, which is whether I talk to Jesus, because I'm allowed to, whether I'm going to church or not. Jesus doesn't leave our side. Jesus doesn't pick favorites. That's what people do. You know, Jesus doesn't hate anyone and say, oh, wow, you know, you're helping people. How bad are you? You know, you're helping people and wow, you're a sinner. You know, I don't know why this light's going all bright, but Jesus doesn't do that. People do. Jesus doesn't say, well, you know, you're not believing in that religion, so you're wrong, and you shouldn't be looking at cards because that's an abomination. People do that. You know, we know that certain religious texts have been changed over and over and over again. We know this. We know we don't even know what we're looking at half the time. So my feeling is that the energy of Jesus, of love, of God, of Allah, whatever it is, whatever that energy is for you, is supposed to be a loving one. Because when we go to the other side of the veil and we transition from this life into, you know, the what we call death, when we transition into that, we are just embraced with the greatest love of all. It's actually what we're looking for here on earth, and we can't seem to find at times, you know, is that love and that all-encompassing love that is there for us on the other side of the veil. So why would that change? You know, why would that love and that energy change? And this is coming from years of doing work with people, readings with people, past life stuff with people, you know, hypnosis, quantum healing, quantum healing, hypnosis therapy, all that kind of stuff. There's not one soul that says, oh, you know, I did all these things wrong in my life and, you know, I went to the other side and was punished. Not one, over so many different years of doing this. Everybody talks of the same thing, and that is being embraced in love. And it doesn't matter, as I said, what you believe, what you want to do, where you've been, you know, how hard life has been for you, mistakes that you've made. It doesn't matter, any of that. What matters is that your heart, you know, is full of love and that you're doing the best that you can. Because too many people are condemning other people. You know, in religion, for example, I grew up knowing that, or being told that every single thing that I do is some kind of problem, you know, some kind of sin. So I developed deep anxiety. Like, is this going to be wrong? Is this going to be wrong? Is this going to be wrong? What if I get in trouble? You know, I had this deep thinking of judgment, that everything that I did, someone was going to judge me and say that I was wrong, and then I was going to be in trouble. And that when I died, I was going to be in trouble. And I lived with anxiety for a really, really long time because of the way that I was raised. And it wasn't like how I was raised was something, showing me something loving, you know. It was showing me that I was wrong and that people were hypocrites. They'd leave church and start abusing their family. I'm not saying everybody does, you know. I'm not saying that at all. There's a lot of people out there who go to church and are absolutely adorable, loving, kind, you know, good-natured, you know, just want to help people. They don't condemn people, they don't upset people. But in my experience, and I am allowed to talk about my experience, in my experience, it was nothing but hypocritical and severely abusive. Now, that didn't change my view on religion. The thing that changed my view on religion was people. And people making their judgments, making us feel bad, making us stay in our place and not allowing anyone to speak up, enjoy life, you know, have fun, experience, because everything is monitored and everything is wrong. And I don't believe that anyone goes out, you know, into their religious journey with terribly bad intentions. You know, I think they all start on the right foot, you know, just wanting to help and praising the energy that they call God and talking about Jesus, etc., etc. And trying to bring people to that beautiful energy that they have found. However, not everybody wants to be converted. Not everyone wants to feel like they're doing something wrong every step of the way. You know, people want to feel comfortable. People want to feel accepted. People want to feel loved. And for Doreen Virtue and others out there that have said, well, you know, I've spent 25, 30 years talking about loving energy, and now that's wrong, and I'm going to talk about condemning energy because I feel fearful and I feel convicted. And I'm sure she does. I'm sure she's had a terrible fright along the way. I'm sure something has happened in her life that has made her worry about her soul. I don't know how. I don't know why she would let it. I don't understand. It's not my place to judge her. You know, if she's happy and truly happy with what she's teaching now, as opposed to how she was before, which I recall she was very happy. You know, she was very light of spirit. You know, she was very helpful and giving, and her books had helped me on my journey as well, and cards and things that I share too. And now she's saying it's the devil's work and that she was, you know, wrong to teach other people these things. I don't understand that part of it. And if she, as I said, if she's truly happy doing what she's doing, that's fine. But she's tended to go along now and create something that doesn't need to be there, like a fear that doesn't need to be there. And this is something that religious, you know, it just happens with religion. There's a fear behind it. They talk more about the devil than they do about God. I see the devil as a negative energy. I see God as a beautiful, loving, positive energy. I know exactly where I want to be heading in order to create more of the same in my life. Do I want to keep going down a negative route? No, because I keep bringing negative stuff towards me. Do I need to turn and twist everything into a negative? No. Why would I even think that way? I don't think that, you know, people who are religious are wrong. You know, I just feel sometimes that the actions that they have towards everyday folk, or people who are trying to make a difference and people who are trying to help other people, I feel their judgments are coming from fear. Fear of what will happen to them when they die. Not so much fear of anything else, but rather what will happen, or what will the church think, or what will other Christians think, for example. You know, I have many Christians, by the way, who come to me for assistance, readings, healing, and they all come in secret because they don't want anyone to know. You know, for whatever reason, whether they feel they're going to get in trouble or they're going to be ousted or something's going to happen. That's sad to me. When we have all these different sections in life called religion, we're not coming together. And my purpose here, that I feel, is to bring love, happiness, energy, healing to everybody and the world. I want to have no judgment. I don't want to judge anybody for what they're doing, what they're believing. If they want to judge me and what I do, whatever, that's coming from some kind of fearful place, or I'm triggering something in them, whatever that is, you know. To have people who have made a lot of money over the last, 25 years or something, talking about love, helping people to come to their own beliefs, helping people to learn about angels, helping people to learn about spirituality, and then to say that that was wrong and that's the devil's work and it's bad. I don't understand that at all, other than something fearful has gotten to that person. Whether they should be spreading that fear out in the world, no, I don't feel that. If say for example, I suddenly became religious, I would keep it to myself, because I wouldn't want to be condemning other people or upsetting other people. I would want to be developing what I'm doing and understanding what I'm doing, Whatever it is that you believe in your life is precious, okay? I don't want to upset anybody or anything. That's not my intention. My intention here is to embrace what you believe in a loving manner. If you believe in Jesus Christ as your Savior, you know, and you are a Christian or a Baptist or Catholic, whatever it is that you are, whatever it is, and you truly believe in that as a loving energy, and you want to share it with other people, beautiful. By all means, go for it. But if you want to share it by pointing out how wrong other people are and how right you are, I think there's an issue there, you know. There's an issue of some kind of better than or righteousness, or I have some hierarchy over you, or I'm more in touch with everything than you are, and I'm right and you're wrong kind of situation. That's the thing that I disagree with, because all my life, as I said to you, you know, there was religious elements in it, and you know, I was quite religious myself, but always told that this was wrong about me and this was wrong, and that I needed to do this and I needed to do this, and you end up walking on eggshells, upset most of the time. I was terribly anxious, you know, and fearful. I was afraid of Jesus. I was afraid of the most beautiful master there is, you know, the most beautiful energy that there is, the most wonderful healer, the most non-judgmental energy I've ever experienced, you know. Not the way that it's like in the Bible and stuff, how it's assumed. And as I said before, how all of that has also been changed. People saying that Jesus would be looking down on this situation and not liking it. When, you know, Jesus worked with people who were lepers. He worked with all kinds of races. He worked with people with all kinds of problems. He worked with, you know, people who were considered whores, all that kind of stuff. And did he sit there and say, oh, I'm not going to work with you because you don't do this? No, he just helped people out of love, okay? And that's the Jesus that I know, all right? And that's the Jesus I've been working with for a long time. After he himself actually helped me to get past my fear, you know, and past my worry whether I was doing something wrong. And that's why I don't really care about the beliefs or whatever everyone wants to believe in on their own. I don't really care. But what I really just have a problem with is when it's spreading hate, when it's spreading anxiety, when it's causing people to stop what they're doing and feel bad about themselves, you know, where suddenly something that was so beautiful and something was so loving is now all of a sudden evil and the devil's work. I don't think so. You know, if we're talking about a negative energy being the devil, then wouldn't that be something that's negative in nature, not loving in nature, you know? So if you're reading, you know, a book on angels or something and it makes you feel good, how can this be negative? How can this be the devil, you know? And in fact, in some ways, you know, some of the religious people worship the devil because that's all they talk about. They only ever talk about the devil. How bad this is, and people are a sinner, and this and this and this and this and this. That's all they talk about. So what are they actually showing you? You know, what are they actually trying to bring you towards? They want to bring you towards something negative? Because that's all it seems that it is. You know, people call us New Age and all this kind of stuff. To me, I'm ancient, you know. The energy of love is everlasting. It's been around forever. You know, the people that are trying to do right in the world, that's been around forever. You know, that's not something new. Do you know what I mean? And it's definitely not something bad, because we don't follow some script that someone wrote that said it was from God. And all it is full of condemnation and upset. You know, beautiful teachings. Some of the messages in there are beautiful. I get it. But we're not getting the whole story when we look at the Bible. We're not getting the entirety of the Bible. And what about all the other religions, texts? Why aren't they sacred? Why aren't they real? You know, why aren't they, you know, also helpful to us? Why aren't they complete? None of it is complete. my feeling on all of this is we had to make a choice. You know, here's all this religious stuff. You know, if you want to be in a fearful situation in all your life, and here's all this, and it's not really complete, and it's got a lot of old stories in it, and some of them are quite horrific, and you know, there's all kinds of stuff in there, and we really believe in this. Or we throw all that aside and we believe in the power of love, and we believe in the power of a loving energy that supports us, that we are a part of, that never leaves our side, that we don't have to gain favor, that we don't have to evangelize, you know, that we don't have to feel bad, that we don't have to feel negative, you know, that we can do things that are wrong. That's fine, as long as we are working that out and we all make mistakes. Of course we do. Nobody is perfect, you know. But do we have to sit in that mistake and repent and feel bad and feel awful? How is this a loving energy? This is what I'm trying to get at, you know. How is anything that we're taught in that kind of capacity, how is it showing that we are accepted? I don't think it does. I think what it does is, you know, shows us that we have to go through all these hoops and all these steps and all of these trials and all of this stuff, suffering. We have to suffer somehow in order to achieve something at the end of our life. And I'm sorry, but that's just not true. We are not supposed to be suffering. We're not supposed to be, you know, struggling. We're not supposed to be going without things. We're not supposed to be feeling bad about ourselves. We're not supposed to be anxious. We're supposed to remember that we are a spiritual being having a physical, you know, life at the moment, and that we are born with all the abilities intact. We are born with supreme love on our side. We are born with protection. We are born to understand our path and to understand these challenges, to help other people to understand their challenges without judgment. You know, there's so many things in the Bible anyway about not judging people, yet it's continually brought up. So I have to say it, you know. If you're here and, you know, you want to change your life, you want to heal, you want to grow, you want to learn things, you want to understand, you know, angelic energy, you know, you want to listen to guidance, you know, for the week or the month or whatever it is, positive upliftments. If you want to heal from your past shame, hurt, guilt, blame, upset, whatever it is, whatever religion you are, whatever it is, then this channel will help you do it. I will help you do it in the best way that I can. I will help anyone without any judgment whatsoever. But let us do it, you know. Let the so-called New Agers help people. Let them be the ones that the Christians turn to when they really need to, because they're not understood. Let them be the ones that are sharing light on this earth, you know. Let them be the ones that are having understanding for all the difficulties that other people have and for themselves. Let them have forgiveness for themselves. Let them have forgiveness for everybody. Let them try to help each other. Let them come together as one huge community, you know, of love and light and understanding. And if that's not a good thing, I don't know what is, you know. I've been doing this stuff for a long time. You know, since I was 15, I've been trying to help people with readings. You know, since I was 20, I've been helping people, trying to help people through healing work too. You know, and learning about different things as I go along. Learning about different methods and putting it all together and trying to make it easy and sharing it with other people. Don't have to be perfect. Don't have to know everything. You know, but definitely can't be judging other people for what they do. This is why I keep on saying, whatever you believe in, go for it. You know, you're blessed. Whatever you believe in, you know. But what I don't like is a spread of negativity, you know. It's upsetting. If you don't like this work and, you know, you are religious in nature or whatever it is you are in nature, then why come on people's channel and spread it? how wrong we are. Why don't you create your own channel and start talking about your beliefs on there? Because I guarantee we won't be going on your channel and looking at your stuff and saying you're wrong. We let you do whatever you want to do with love and light, whatever, you know. I needed to say something about, you know, the belief system that I have, and how that I don't want to judge anybody. I don't want anyone to feel that way. But I also want the same in return. And Doreen Virtue, you know, a great teacher for so many years, is now renouncing all of her things. I just wanted to say that I'm sure something fearful has gotten a hold of her. Something has scared her in order for her to do that. Whether it's fear of God or fear of dying or I don't know what. But there was nothing wrong with what she was teaching in the past, because it was teaching love. And if people are teaching hate, why do we want to look at that? If people are teaching judgment, why do we want to look at that? If people are teaching anger, why do we want to look at that? We've had enough of that our entire life, you know? Make your own decision with where you are on your journey, you know? Let other people make their own decision as well, with love and light. Judgments, hate, anger, all that stuff, we get enough of that of our own, you know? We don't need to be told how wrong we are. We don't need to be told that we should be doing this and we should be doing that, otherwise we're in trouble. We don't need to be told any of that, because we've probably already felt those things at least once in our life anyway, you know? I feel like if we're not building each other up, helping people, then we're just falling victim to the way things have always been. Separating people. I'm not talking about races or anything like that. We're all people. People trying to love, trying to learn, trying to lift, bringing light into this earth, because surely it needs it. Surely we are here to help heal the planet. We don't heal the planet by picking on everybody else and upsetting everybody else and telling everybody else that they are wrong. When people come to you with something, then you can express what your opinion is on that thing, you know? But when you are just blatantly upsetting other people or renouncing things that brought nothing but love and comfort to people, and twisting people up inside, because, I mean, I know there's many people that have asked me what's going on. You know, am I not supposed to be doing this? They've gone right back into being afraid. It takes a lot of courage to stand up and alone in a spiritual, you know, sense, without having to be held back by the constraints of church or anything like church, you know, where you feel like you need to go and you feel like you need to do all this, right? It takes a lot of courage to be, say for example, where I am today, okay? Especially coming from a very religious background, I get it. There's nothing that people who are Christian can say to me that I haven't heard before, you know? And again, I'm not talking about all of them. I'm talking about people who are spreading anger and who are making people feel twisted up inside. That is wrong in my book, you know? If you are religious and you are spreading love and the love of God, blessed are you, okay? And I have to keep on saying that because there'll be someone out there that carries on. But I don't feel like we need to be judged or condemned any more than we already do to ourselves. Look at the mental health of so many people around this globe who are either very depressed because they're remembering the past and they're remembering their guilt and their shame and their issues, or they're not in their body properly, or they've got a lot of other people's ideas in their mind. Look at the people who are anxious. Look at the people who are schizophrenic. Look at the people who have bipolar. Look at all these problems. And say to yourself, can there be love in all of that situation? Can these people come back together in their own mind? Like, get their own mind back through love? I say yes, you know? I say with understanding, non-judgment reactions and love, and showing someone ways out of the situation that they've been in for so long is the best thing that you could do for anybody. Condemning people, making them even more anxious, making them frightened, upsetting them, telling them they're going to go to hell when they're already going through so much stuff in their own life. What? Because they look at a few beautiful cards? Because they dare to, try to help themselves in a way other than what they're supposed to do in society's eyes, or what? What I'm just trying to do is eliminate the judgment. This is a place where anybody can come to understand, to feel at home, to know that they're not going to be judged, to know how to spread love and light, to teach themselves, to get past all of the things that they've been told they can't do, to inspire them to start their own journey where we feel confident and we feel successful and we feel happy with ourselves, instead of always feeling like we're doing something wrong. And that's what I'm here to do. I don't really care the opinions of anybody else. And I want to show you that if you can also learn to stand true to yourself, to stand true to what you believe in, then you're going to have the most freedom you've ever had in your whole life. If you can learn to just send love, even to a negative situation, which is exactly what I'm doing as I'm speaking, just sending love to that, then you can detach yourself from it and you can move forward. If you can hold a vision of success for yourself and believe that you have an almighty, loving energy supporting that, because you're wanting to do good, because you're wanting to help. If you can do that and see success for yourself, you will be able to manifest it into your life, The good things come with the good thoughts. The negative things come with negative thoughts. It's the law of attraction. It's how it is. So this channel is not about anything other than teaching, growing, sharing, support, understanding, and a you can do it kind of attitude, So I'm sorry to the religious people, but if that means that I'm new age, wacky and weird, wrong, going to hell, well, I don't care. I don't. Because I know in my heart that I've done everything that I can to share nothing but love. In whatever way that I do that, that's what I'm here to do. And to also let you all know that you're accepted. To help you find acceptance within yourself. Without fear anymore. We've had enough of fear. Anyone who's been in a war-torn country has had enough of fear. Anyone who's been grown up in some kind of orphanage or some kind of bad situation, has been abandoned, has been rejected. They don't need any more people telling them that there's something wrong with them, because guess what? They already feel that way about themselves. So they don't need more of it. I want to be like everybody's sort of friend, everybody's family member, the one that cheers you on, the one that tells you it's okay no matter what you believe, as long as you have love in your heart, that you're not going to go into any hell, that probably the energy of Earth at the moment is as bad as it's going to get, that you are embraced with nothing but love. And as you embrace yourself with love and come to acceptance and understanding, then you are going to blossom. You're going to get out of your own way, and you're going to be free to move forward without feeling bad about everything, because so many people do, So I wanted to just share this message. If there's someone out here that, is helped by this message and can see, what's better? Am I going to live in a condemning, negative, upsetting, devil kind of world, where everybody's wrong and we're, all that kind of stuff? Or am I going to just be true to myself, be my own loving nature, help people where I can, whether it's through card readings, healings, whatever it is I believe, my words, whatever it is. Am I going to do that? Because I feel that's right, I feel that that is the right thing to do, because I want to keep on attracting a positive energy. I don't want to attract any negative energy towards myself. We've all had enough of that. Every single one of us. There's not one of us that can say that we're perfect. There's not one of us that can say that we haven't been through some kind of ordeal and made it through the other side. You know, we've all been through things. Do we continually need to feel bad about that? No. So, as far as people like Doreen Virtue who have all of a sudden, I mean, I can't really say it's all of a sudden, because in all of her work, she's always talked about God and Jesus. There's nothing wrong with that. It's beautiful, because it was showing the love that they have for us, the support that they have for us. She's always done this. But now to say that everything she did was some kind of negative, evil thing, you know, the devil's work, you know, I can't see the devil working in a positive light. If we want to call it the devil as a negative, I can't see anything negative surviving in a positive light. So, whatever. So she's come to some kind of fearful understanding about herself. She's come to some kind of thing. On your way, Doreen. Awesome. You know, if that really makes you happy. You know what I mean? I can't see it really making her happy, but if it really does, great. But spreading ugliness, I don't agree with that. You know, we've had enough of it, and that's my point. So, blessed are you for whatever it is that you believe in, especially when it's spreading love, light, and support, understanding, and forgiveness. You know, when it's condemning people, when it's upsetting people, when it's fearful towards other people, I can't see that as being the right thing to do. You know, but to each his own. There's no, you know, problem here. Like, there's no judgment here. You know, I mean, I know that we're judged as light workers all the time. That's cool. Whatever. We can handle it, okay? Because we just go right back to the love and send all the positive energy to you all anyway, you know? But stand true to whatever it is that you believe, you know? And don't shut yourself down to all of the negative. Don't become fearful of all the negative. Don't run your life around what if. What if I get in trouble? What if this is not right? What if this, what if that? Listen to your heart. If your heart is in the right place, if your heart is full of love, if you're doing your best to help people, like you truly are doing your best to help people, there's nothing wrong with that. There's no shame in that. There's no punishment in that. Okay? So please know that this place here, Divine Miracles, my Divine Miracles Facebook, whatever it is, Patreon that I have as well, is your place where you can express love and energy, and you can feel supported, and you can learn, and you can grow, and then you can make your own decisions, and you can go your own way, and you can inspire other people. To me, that is the greatest gift of all. And I wish I had some place that I could have gone when I was going through my journey in life, and I could have gone and, you know, felt supported and felt loved and felt like everything was going to be okay, instead of being in trouble all the time, you know? Just be wary of the energy around you, you know? If it's not helping you to grow, it's time to look within and see what the true path for you is. And I can tell you now, it's not a path of anxiety, being scared, being threatened, being upset, being abused, being hurt, being terrified. That is not a path for you, okay? There is freedom from this. And it doesn't have to be labeled. It just has to be you. And acceptance of you and your freedom, your light, your way, you know, your way forward with love in your heart. So I'm going to end this now. Thank you very much for listening to me, and I hope that this is helpful. And until the next time, lots of love, and bye for now. Bye.